So, you've decided 2025 is the year. It's the year you finally start investing. You've managed to save up a little bit of money, and you've heard it's the smart thing to do. But the second you start looking into it, you get hit with a tidal wave of confusing jargon, index funds, ETFs, Roth IRAs, and you're not even sure where to start. It all feels overwhelming, way too complicated, and maybe even a little scary. Well, what if I told you that in just the next few minutes, I can give you a dead simple step-by-step roadmap? We're going to go from feeling completely lost to making your very first investment with confidence. We'll cut through all the noise and build a plan so easy you can literally start today. Let's do this. Look, before we even touch on what to invest in, we have to lock down why we're investing. Think of it like this. In the world of your money, there are two massive forces at play. One is a silent wealth killer, and the other is your secret weapon for getting rich while you sleep. First, the bad guy, inflation. In simple terms, inflation just means your money buys less stuff over time. That cash you've got sitting in a standard savings account, it's actually losing a little bit of its power every single day. Now, high-yield savings accounts are great for short-term goals, and as of early 2025, they can offer around 4.55%. But even they have a tough time beating inflation in the long run. Investing is one of the only ways to grow your money faster than it's losing value. It puts your money to work for you. Now for the superhero, compound interest. Albert Einstein supposedly called it the eighth wonder of the world, and he wasn't kidding. Here's the magic. You invest money and it earns a return. The next year, you earn a return not just on your original cash, but also on the money you already made. It's a snowball effect. Over decades, this can turn small, regular investments into a shocking amount of money. Seriously, starting early is even more important than starting with a lot. The most important thing you can do is just get started. Okay, so you get it. You need to invest. But in what? This is the part where everyone gets analysis paralysis and gives up. Let's make it easy and break down the big three: index funds, ETFs, and the Roth IRA. First, let's talk about your new best friends, index funds and ETFs. Imagine wanting to own a piece of the stock market, but trying to pick the next big company feels like pure gambling. Well, instead of betting it all on one horse, what if you could buy a tiny piece of the 500 biggest companies in the US all at once? That, my friend, is an S&P 500 index fund. Think of it as a pre-packaged basket of stocks. You're not betting on a single company to win. You're spreading your risk across hundreds, which gives you instant diversification. This is the heart of passive investing. You're not trying to beat the market, you're just trying to be the market. And historically, that's been an incredible strategy. So, what's an ETF? An ETF, or exchange-traded fund, is basically the same idea. It's another basket of investments. The main difference is just how they're bought and sold. Index funds are usually priced once when the market closes. ETFs, on the other hand, trade all day long like individual stocks. For a beginner who's in it for the long haul, this difference is tiny. But ETFs often have slightly lower fees and can be a bit more tax efficient, which makes them a fantastic choice. Now, where does the Roth IRA come in? Pay attention because this is a total game changer. A Roth IRA is not an investment. Think of it as a special super-powered container you put your investments into. It's a retirement account that gives you an unbelievable tax break. You put in money you've already paid taxes on, and in exchange, all of its growth and every dollar you pull out in retirement is 100% tax-free. Let that sink in. All that compound growth for decades, tax-free. For 2025, the maximum you can put into a Roth IRA is $7,000 or $8,000 if you're age 50 or older. One quick heads up, there are income limits. To contribute the full amount in 2025, you need to make under about $150,000 as a single person or under $236,000 if you're married and filing jointly. So the strategy is beautifully simple. You open a Roth IRA, the container, and inside it, you buy a low-cost S&P 500 ETF, the investment. Boom. Diversification, low costs, and a massive tax advantage. And a 401k? If your job offers one, it's another amazing tool. The best part is the employer match. If they offer to match your contributions up to a certain percentage, that is literally free money. You should always contribute at least enough to get that full match. Now that you get the why and the what, I bet you're feeling a whole lot better about this. We've cut through the jargon and laid out a simple, powerful plan. If this is starting to click for you, do me a quick favor and hit that subscribe button. I put out videos just like this every single week to help you build wealth and get control of your financial life. It really helps the channel reach more people who are in the exact same boat you're in. Your journey to becoming an investor has already started. Section 3. The How, your 3-step action plan. All right, this is where the rubber meets the road. I'm going to give you a simple 3-step plan you can use to make your very first investment. Step 1. Open your account. You need a place to actually do the investing. This is called a brokerage account. It's like a bank account, but for your investments. As a beginner, I'd recommend opening a Roth IRA with one of the big, reputable, low-cost companies like Fidelity, Vanguard, or Charles Schwab. The whole process is online and takes about 15 minutes. You'll enter your personal info, link your bank account, and you're done. You now have your container. And don't forget, if your job has that 401k with a match, get enrolled in that too. Step 2. Choose your first investment. Don't let yourself get paralyzed by all the options. Keep it simple. Remember what we talked about? For most people starting out, a broad market, low-cost ETF that tracks the S&P 500 is the perfect first investment. Once you're inside your new brokerage account, you can search for funds by their ticker symbol. Some of the most popular S&P 500 ETFs go by tickers like VOO, IVV, or SPY. You'll see a big Buy button. You can usually invest a specific dollar amount, and the platform handles the rest, buying as many shares or even fractions of a share as your money allows. And just like that, you're an investor. You own a piece of 500 of the world's top companies. Step 3. Automate everything. This might just be the most critical step for building wealth long-term. The real secret isn't being a genius who can time the market. It's being consistent. There's a strategy called dollar-cost averaging, which just means investing the same amount of money on a regular schedule. It's powerful because it takes your emotions out of the driver's seat. When the market is down, your fixed amount buys more shares. When it's up, it buys fewer. Over time, this smooths out your average price and, more importantly, keeps you in the game. Go into your account and set up an automatic transfer and investment. Pick an amount you can afford to invest every week or every month, even if it's just $50, and set it up to automatically pull from your bank and buy that S&P 500 ETF. Your wealth-building machine is now on autopilot. That's it. That's the roadmap. Let's recap the 3-step plan. Open a Roth IRA at a major brokerage. Buy a low-cost S&P 500 ETF. Automate your investments to happen every single month. Investing doesn't have to be some exclusive club for experts. You don't need to watch the news every day, and you sure don't need a pile of cash to start. The person who starts investing small amounts today will almost always be better off than the person who waits for the perfect time or for when they feel rich enough. You've already taken the most important step just by learning this stuff. Now it's time to act. Open that account, set up that transfer, and let the power of compounding and the global economy work for you. Your future self is going to be incredibly grateful you did. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.